guys, and welcome to the tutorial on how to edit a basic Let's Play. Now, first off, I know you can see me and not the screen. We're going to go to that in a minute. But before we do that, I just want to state that video editing is not for everybody. Not everybody has the right kind of computer to do this, and it's going to be harder for some people than others. That's why I would like to say officially that I am now giving my services for commission. Very cheap commission, I might add. Depending on the project, it'll be between $5 and $10, maybe more if you go into, like, if you want me to do actual, like, videos, like not Let's Plays or something like that. If you want me to do something like like editing on a skit, which is going to be new for me, but I can do the best that I can. So, you know, $5 to $10. I'll do whatever you want. If you want to do something that's going to take me a few days to do, it might be a little bit more. It just all depends. I'll come up with an actual pricing thing later, but for right now, basic stuff will be $5 to $10. And it'll be through PayPal. So let's get right into the tutorial so I can show you how to actually edit a basic LP. Now we're going to use Isaac as our basis. So let's get the screen going, and I'll see you guys in a second.
Alright, now that we can see the screen, I'm going to tell you the things that you actually are going to need in order to start editing a basic Let's Play. So, first off, you're going to need some way to capture your screen. Fraps, Cam Studio, excuse me, had to burp there. I don't know if Cam Studio is free or not, but Fraps is $37, and it is, for me, the best thing to use. I haven't had any problems with it so far. So this is the Frap screen. This is the general tab. If you're going to record Isaac or any other thing that will not record in full screen, then you are going to want to click this. And I am pointing at it in reality as if you can see it, but this right here, this monitor arrow desktop. Now, as far as I know, Windows 7 and maybe Windows Vista only have the arrow themes, like the background themes, and that's what you're going to need to put on in order to record your screen, because that's what it's essentially capturing. So, next thing, you're going to want to come over here. This will change. This key, it will actually be F9 to start off with, but you can change it to whatever you want. I changed it to F10 because on Dark Souls, F9 is how to get rid of the cursor when you use Durante's fix. So, over here in this area, this is going to record the in-game sound and anything else going on your desktop. So any sound coming from your computer is going to be recorded, which means that if you have a video going in the background, even while you have your game up, it will still record that sound. So if you don't want that in your video, make sure it's closed, like Facebook or Skype. Unless you're in a Skype call and you're doing like a group thing, then you want to obviously have Skype open. And then this, you want to have this checked if you're going to be recording commentary. And of course, if you're doing a Let's Play, you're going to be recording commentary. So you're going to want to have this checked. This is one of two ways you can do this, by the way. This is the one I choose to do it right now. I'm going to try it a different way here pretty soon, and I'll also explain that one. This is recording on the same track. So you can see that there might be a problem with that when you want to lower the game volume but keep your voice volume steady. After I try this other way, I can say whether I recommend it or not, but for right now this works really good. You just have to have your game volume in-game set lower than your microphone, essentially. But you don't want to have your microphone too loud to where it clips. Now, over here, this will make the videos full size, duh. But what that means is that it's going to be a higher quality, and it's also going to take up a lot more space. If you have frame problems where recording Fraps slows down your recording, you're going to want to go to half size. That will obviously split it in half. It will lower the quality and also lower the amount of space it takes up on your computer. And it will also take less computing power to actually run Fraps, as far as I can tell. Now, So far I haven't really had any effect using 60 frames per second. I just normally use 30 now. And I lock frame rate while recording. To me, it just feels smoother that way. I'm not sure if it actually is or not. But, okay, moving on. The next thing you'll need is a video editing program, such as Sony Vegas Pro 12. I'm trying this out. I torrented a copy so I can try it out. I recommend getting its little brother, Sony Vegas Movie Studio Platinum 11 HD Edition. It's $45. You can get a trial of it for a month. My trial ran out and I don't have the money to buy it right now, and I have a lot of stuff I got to edit, so I just went out and torrented it because the trial for Vegas Pro 12 has a watermark on it. Oh, sorry, I needed a drink. So, Vegas Pro 12 and Vegas Movie Studio Platinum 11 and 12 run exactly the same. I say 11 HD to get that, one, because it's $50 cheaper, and it runs exactly the same, but rendering in HD is just a little bit easier because what you need is already set up. Now, here's where we're going to go in and how to edit. Now, I'm going to use a video from before. I'm going to use Run 11. Which obviously the icon thinks it's an explosion, which I find mildly humorous. Now what you're going to notice, what you don't see in the videos that I do, is you don't see this background, you see black bars. Well, that's because we're going to go in and crop that a little later. But first, we're going to add this in, which is our sidebars, and you're going to want to place it in a track underneath your actual video. That way it will be in the background, not the foreground. So the next thing you want to do, I find that for basic LPs you don't need to do this, but if you're doing anything else where you're doing cuts with multiple audio, you're going to want to come in here and go to group and remove from group. That way you can freely move this around without moving around the video file. Alright, sorry. I'm really gassy today, I apologize. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is that we are actually going to, we're going to listen to it a little bit and make sure the audio sounds good. Up wherever your species normally shoves things. And I normally just, there we go. I normally just click through a couple areas just to see how it sounds. Now you can hear wind noise in the background. That's, my mic's a little sensitive, and I had 2 fans going because it gets really hot in my room, and it's been really hot out and really humid. So, that shouldn't be an issue for you unless you're sitting right next to fans like I am. So, next thing we're going to do is, if you're having any clipping problems with your audio, here's what you can do to fix it. One, you can adjust the slider volume down a little bit if you want to, but if you only want to do it for a specific area, I'm going to choose this area right here for example, because it's just a quick little spike right there. What you're going to do is you're going to right click this box right here, go to Insert Remove Envelope, and click on Volume. Now I'm showing you how to do this within the menus and not the shortcuts, so you can find it yourself and then find the shortcuts yourself. Now you see that this blue purplish line is now going through the entire track, only this track. Now this is in the middle, but this doesn't mean that it lowered your volume. It's just at 0 decibels right now, it's at flat. So if we move it up or down, you can see off to the right of that text box that it's going up and down, and it's at 0 right now. So in order to edit this, what you're going to do is you're going to double click right here and then double click right next to it and drag it down some, and then after the event you're going to drag it back up. Ooh, It's snap to. Don't want that. There we go. If you do it a little bit too close to the box, it snaps around, I guess. I've never really had that problem before. Okay, so this works exactly the same in Movie Studio. If you're using Adobe Premiere, sorry, I really don't know much about Adobe Premiere. For the crop, all I could say is use 4-point garbage matte. For the crop that you're going to want to do for this, and then you're going to want to zoom it out a little bit. That's all I can tell you about that, because that's all I've ever used Adobe. That's about as much as I've done in Adobe Premiere. I hated it. So, now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to, we can listen back to this real quick. Ditches. So you're going to see the volume drop out right here. Come on. Come on. Hit. Get hit. And then once it comes back here, it's going to go back up. Bomb. Sweet. Which means we'll be good for the item room on the next floor. Now, you can do it as harshly or as slowly as you want. The farther out, the longer time it'll take to actually go back up to that next point. So, we don't really need this right now, so we're just going to remove this envelope. And then, now we are going to go into the cropping of the Isaac video. You can just click at any point to where you can actually see the video, because it's going to affect the whole thing. Now, right here is your event pan and crop. You can also find it. I don't know if it's over here, actually. No, it's okay. It's over there. I think it's over there in Movie Studio, but not in Sony Vegas. But right there, and then if you right-click on the video, you can see Video Event Pan and Crop. That's what we want. Now you're going to get this screen, and this screen is actually a mirror image. Whatever you do on here, besides cropping, is going to be a mirrored effect. I will show you. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Crack dream. Okay, if we move this up to the right, it moves bottom left. So, pretty simple. Just Control Z that, and now we are going to do our cropping. God damn it, stop it. Stop it. I don't want it over there. I don't want it in a screen. Okay. So, now, you don't have to worry about any of this. I usually leave these checked so you don't mess with anything. These two are actually what's going to be going on. You can see how it says hold Alt and hold Control to override. Now in order to crop this the way we need to, you're going to want to hold both Alt and Control at the same time, and then click and hold one of these corners and drag it over as close as you can to that for all 4 corners. You should only need to do it 3 times just to get it close, 3 corners just to get it close. Then you're going to zoom in on every corner and make sure you have it lined up properly, just so you're not getting any excess screen in there. You don't want to accidentally get some white line in there that's just completely annoying to look at, or have too much of the black area coming in that's not really shown in the game itself. That one's already pretty close. And that corner looks pretty good. So, and now you can see that our sidebars are our sidebar image is showing. If you were to swap it around, then you wouldn't see the video at all, and that would be bad. You don't want that. We don't want that. Now, you could have either done this at the beginning of the video, or you can do it now. But we're going to change the video settings so that it will be set up as an HD thing. Now, you can already see it's already set up as HD 1080, but it's running at 60 frames, and it's running in a different kind of, I can't think of the word. A different field order. You don't want you want non-progressive scan, unless you're using a different form of recording method or something. I don't know. It's just different. Now you can see right here that the frames per second is off. Our frames per second are higher. So what you're going to want to do is you want to click on this 29.970 NTSC. It's still not 30. But it's damn close. and this will help us render as HD in 1080. Now you can save this, and I recommend saving it, and then apply it. It's pretty simple. Now that we have all that other stuff done, and I showed you how to do that, and you have this finished, the next quick thing I can show you is if maybe you don't want a section of a video. You line it up, like you click a spot where you want in the timeline, make sure you're selecting the right track, by the way, and then just hit S. And that splits the video right at the line. Then you can drag whatever part you don't want away, or if you say just don't want this, you can either click over here to where it start again and drag it over, or you could split it again and delete it. I personally think that dragging it is a much faster way. So if you want to, you can do whatever you want. That's fine. Another quick thing is that you can find text. If you want to do text, you'll find it in media generators. Legacy text is what I use, and then just default text. And it's pretty simple from there. You should be able to figure it out through the tabs. So that's all I'm going to show you as far as editing goes. So now I'm going to show you the render. You're going to go to File. In Movie Studio it's just going to say render, but in this it says render as. And you're going to go in here. Now you may have to create your own custom template, which would be just coming in here, naming it, clicking your frame size, your frame rate, non-progressive scan, all that. Or you can just use the one that's built in, Internet HD 1080p, as you can see right here in my favorites. But it's not going to be that easy for you to find. It's going to look like this. There's going to be so many drop-down menus. All you do is you click Match Project Settings, and I just went to Main Concept and found this, Internet HD 1080, and then I favorited it. If you want to do it in 720p, then it'll be right underneath that one. I also have that selected as a favorite, so I don't have to search for it if I'm doing something in 720. And then you just name it, pick a spot to save it in, and then render. Simple. Now, 1080 does take a lot longer to render than 720, but that speaks for itself. Now, the last thing you're going to need, and actually this is something you're going to want to do probably beforehand, before you actually start editing, and I probably should have went into it beforehand, but it's probably one of the mid-important things, is a video compressor. When you record this, let me see if I have any recorded right now. Movies. Okay, this is the video we're recording right now. It's going to be a few minutes long, and it's going to be well over 15 gigabytes just at a couple minutes. At a half hour, it can get up to 50 gigabytes per video. So just think about that before you start. If you don't have a lot of space left, make sure you have a video compressor, so as soon as you're done recording, you can compress it and then delete that file. Because once you compress it, a different save will appear, and you'll still have one of these. And you need to get rid of that one, or else it'll just keep taking up space. Now, the way you use Handbrake, it's very simple. You just click source file, source video file. You can find your Fraps videos in the local disk C, right there, movies, and then you choose a video, choose a place to save it, name it, and hit start. Now, when you hit start, you'll see your time right here. If you want to do more than one in a single queue, you just click source, choose another video file, do the same thing. You can choose a different save place, but instead of hitting start, you hit add to queue, and that's going to be it. Now, the other way of recording audio that I was talking about earlier involves you getting some form of audio recorder, such as like Audacity. This way, you can actually record your audio on a separate track as opposed to on the same track. But this means you will have to uncheck this box. Fairly simple. The only thing that will be an issue is syncing up the audio. I have not done this yet. I will probably go into it further when I actually do, but in the meantime, I hope this was helpful to you guys, because I didn't know a lot of this stuff when I started doing Let's Plays, and it was partially the reason why, at the beginning, I didn't put much effort into them. So, like I said, I hope this was helpful, and if you don't want to do it yourself, I'll do it for you.